People wanted an update, so let's dive into that. So after my last short video, I just pointed at a few things that I changed, like doing the bumper. So the gatekeeper on the hardtail UARI, I would run into, this is an ARB bumper, and it had a bunch of stuff to protect the old roller style steel winch. So I cut all that off, and part of it was these mounts. They ran here, and it was where these D-ring hooks were, and so they stuck out. So they came out a little bit, that came out a little bit. So I hacked all that off, relocated those. So now, essentially, it shouldn't smash the ledge as I'm trying to get up on it. It should just roll up, hopefully. I moved the front axle forward just 3/4 of an inch, not a lot, but this is a game of inches, and I did that for two reasons. It was slightly touching the back of the rock slider when it was all bumped out, and then also that'll help with the approach angles. So it's not terrible, it's not great, but for now, until we redo the whole thing, and I won't be redoing this until I grenade this front axle. A lot of people talk about this pinion angle on the front axle because it's pretty much pointed at the transfer case like you would do in the rear, and I know it's not ideal for the front, but if you don't know these axles, I'm stuck with it unless I change everything, because these axles have this cast in here, like the new Super Duties 05 and up have that cast section that makes a radius arm. Well, this is just like the original old style of it. So pretty much it's fixed in this angle unless you change the radius arm. So I could change the radius arm, but then it'll change everything, because then I got to change the cross member back there, you know, shocks, limit straps, even my spring perches, because I've already corrected the nasty angle, because before these things were sitting like this when I first got it. So you can see I've done a leaf spring wedge underneath that's a 10-degree wedge to get that. That's how much it's off. Alright, so other than that, I centered the axle just because I'd never messed with that before and didn't know. It was just off by like 1/2 inch, not a big deal. Since the original video, I know you guys like these walkarounds. I got the most views on. That's what started this channel, was when I just did a walkaround video with no words. I got 22,000 views, so I figured, what the hell, let's do it. So since that video, a lot of change. From that one, this was way up here, and so this was pretty flat, but it wasn't in line with the track bar. So I modified that. I also had to kick this whole thing out farther by doing the offset heims, and then I redid this little section here, and this keeps it from rocking back and forth, because if I didn't have that, it would just flop. It could spin the heims, jam nuts, etc. I explained that in a previous video. Hacked off all the junk that's on this front tube. It was a redneck hydro assist, massive. It was like way thicker than this. It was like somewhere around here. It took forever to cut off. So I did the hydro assist, skid plated it out. I will be modifying that transfer case skid plate that you see is hanging down a little bit lower. I will be chopping that section down and making it flush with the other side, and that'll look good. What else? So on the power steering, alright, pop the hood on this thing. Oh yeah, and the pool wall is still going down. We're missing a box for half our boxes for the gate, so that's on hold. So power steering. So what I've done here is I removed all this, pulled it all apart, found a drill bit that's bigger than the hole in there, drilled it out, stretched out the spring, also put a washer underneath the spring, so now I increased the flow, and then I gave it more pressure by stretching out the spring and adding a washer to apply more pressure to the spring. There's more information on that. You can go to Bleep and Jeep's channel. They're all about the XJs, and this is just you know, the grand XJ in a way. They're different. But I also and just do some stuff with this intake. The last time we were out, the intake just fell off. Like, this tube is completely smooth to the end, which I think is really weird. Usually there's like a round little like beveled edge on the end to keep it from popping off, but there isn't anything, so hopefully now it doesn't do that. If it continues to do that, I may end up cutting out a little bit of the hood, modifying a section there, cutting back in there, and then running the old school air filter right on top, like the old V8s. We'll see if we continue to have problems with this. What else? So something I left out in that last short video was the fact that I changed out the window to this. So, and I have the other side as well, I just haven't broke it. So that last time out, we did that and that and broke the whole window. So I fixed that. I actually kind of like the look of it because it goes with my quarter panels. I'm trying to remember what else we did. There was some more stuff. Let's see. Let me pause this here for a second and check my list. Alright, so the other thing was the door hinges. So the door hinges on this were so bad, where the door would drop down as soon as you open it. So doing new hinges in there, not fun, but it made it so much better. Like, now the door just opens and shuts nice. I went through and also high-speed buffed it again. Now I do need to go back through it again because I have low light situation on the passenger side, and so it's hard to see in camera. Oh, there for a little bit you can see these lines. You can see kind of obstructing the reflection there. That's what I'm after. Those are just indentations in the paint from trees and stuff, and there's a little bit more around this door handle, as you can see. So I have a, just a classic DeWalt high speed, and so usually I'll tape that stuff off on, like, because I used to do detailing for years, so like in a customer's vehicle I'll remove what I can, tape off others, but on this I didn't really take the time. Sometimes I just walk out there and I'm like, ooh, I should high speed buff this one section, and then an hour later I'm high speed buffing the whole thing. So what else? So now as far as that front axle, because everyone, as soon as I posted that, this is just the thing, this is why people tell you when going to build, if you're going to do like a Dana 44 axle, you're going to swap it into your vehicle, to stay away from like this axle I have, not because of strength or anything, just because of those cast sections. But at the same time, this thing performs amazing off-road. Like, there's no issues. It cycles fine. There's no vibrations. There's no knocking. It's just that. It's just the cast and the fact that you have limited space of where you can put everything, because this is just how the Ford suspension was. So I'm just not going to change it right now until I have a reason to, until something breaks. Now, the only issue I'm having right now is I messed up my axle seal on the inside, on the driver's side, so it kind of drips a little bit of oil out of there, so I just have to top it off before I go off-roading, because changing that seal, it's the seal on the inside where the shaft comes through, and this one right here is leaking, so gear oil just comes out the tube and drips down on that ball joint. So, but it's not that fast, it's not that concerning, it's not going to run dry, so we're just going to leave it, because to change that I would have to remove both hubs and both axles, diff cover, and then feed something long in there to pound a new seal in after I get the old one out, and then put it all back together. Oh, and I would have to remove the gears to be able to drive something through, because I don't think I can get it. I would have to have like some modifying. Yeah, I don't even know. I'm not gonna do it. That's not happening. Not for a stupid seal. No way. Now, if it was dumping, I would have no choice, but it's not that bad. So I am taking this thing out in a week we're going to Uwharrie, so there'll probably be another video and maybe have some new damage. Maybe I'll break this window. I kind of want to break the window to get it to match the other side. I don't like that one's done and one's not, but whatever. And then starting January 1st, 2025, I'll be ordering the roll cage for this and then the frame stiffeners. And if you watched all my videos, you know I've talked about that a lot. Finally gonna do it because I have nothing else to do and I'm bored. So yeah, we haven't done a lot of off-road lately. It's been super hot and we've been working on this fence and other things with the pool, but now it's about to get back into wheeling time. So we got a few people coming out next weekend, so it should be a good time. So definitely stay tuned for that video. It'll probably come out, I try and pump them out that night. I'll get home and I sit up for like 4 hours and just jam out on the videos and then release them Sunday morning. Most people will wait a week and do it the next Sunday morning, but I'm too impatient. I don't know, I just enjoy doing that stuff. It's fun. So yeah, let's go with that. So possibly next Sunday Uwharrie video. If not, maybe a couple days after, or maybe a full week I'll hold it back. I don't know. I don't like holding stuff back. I'm too impatient. I know you guys are too. So let me know if you like the walk around videos. Maybe you want me to do a complete silent one like I started this one out, because my first video was a complete silent and it did the best. So maybe you guys don't like listening to me. I don't like my voice either, so we'll see how this goes. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and stay tuned for the next one.